Hi there, Andrew here. I love to be entertained, but I have no patience. So I give every new show I watch only one episode to hook me. Welcome to Debut Review. Today, I will be watching the first episode of Carmen Sandiego, a new show on Netflix. Yay! So my history of Carmen Sandiego fandom consists solely of the game show from the 90s with the awesome rockapella theme song. That's it. I was aware of the property. I was aware that it was a edutainment computer game back when I was a youngster, but I never played it. Mostly probably because I didn't have a computer when I was young. I didn't really get into computers until college. I mean, I was aware of computers, but we didn't even really use them when I was in high school. I'm trying to think. I don't think we had we had a computer lab in grade school, and I learned typing and played some Oregon Trail and died of dysentery. I don't recall us ever really using computers in high school, though. It was all books and paper and pencil when I was a kid, but I got a computer when I went to college. You have to remember, when I was in high school, it was 94 to 98. So the internet existed, but not in the form it did today. So if you had a computer, it was mainly a word processor slash portal for which to play Sierra Quest games, like King's Quest and such. We did have a old Tandy computer, which was we had an actual word processor, which is a computer that does nothing but actual word processing. Wrote reports on that. Then we had a Tandy computer, which wasn't really powerful enough to do anything. But yeah, back when I was even in late high school, the internet was dial-up and message boards, and yeah, that was about it. This was back in the days when Net Zero was actually $0. It was free. Now Net Zero actually costs money. It's kind of like Comixology Unlimited. You know, that service that is very limited in what you can have access to. Anyway, so Carmen Sandiego. I liked the game show mainly because I'm an a cappella singer myself, and I really loved the rockapella music. It was a cute game show, too. This show, however, reads, the show description anyway, reads, a master thief who uses her skills for good. Carmen Sandiego travels the world, foiling Vile's evil plans, with help from her savvy sidekicks. So we have I had nothing to do with this show. They have turned Carmen Sandiego into Lupin the Third? Okay, that's cool. I like Lupin the Third. So let's see how the show goes and see if its theme song can in any way stand up to the awesome rockapella song. Probably not, but we shall see. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Do you get anything as cool as that? No. But maybe because it's just the first episode, there's no opening title sequence with a theme. So there is a theme, and it's a low-key spy theme. It's fine. Works well for the background music. I'm not really interested in watching anymore, even though it ends on a cliffhanger, so yeah. It's not bad, it's just not good. Although there was one really funny elevator joke. In the beginning, she's robbing a museum or something, and Interpol is chasing her, and he breaks into the museum, and he gets in the elevator, and the elevator goes, and he's, why is this elevator centuries old? Was no one in a hurry back then? That got a chuckle out of me. That was about it. Again, not a bad show, just not particularly clever or funny or interesting or exciting or sensical in some of the fine details. Maybe it was just me not paying close enough attention, but in the very beginning, she's standing on a rooftop looking over the whatever city she's in, and says, "Aha, I can see the big art museum." And she's on the phone with some, her hacker buddy, who then, using the game of warmer, colder, directs her to the spot that she already visually identified and could see where she was standing. I don't know why she needed to be guided to the spot. It's the museum. It's the giant museum. You were there for that museum. You know you can see it. What? Whatever. She has a grappling gun, which is cool. They forgot one of the sound effects in one spot. Oops. She breaks into a museum, and the security system of the museum works like a Raiders of the Lost Ark temple, in that it fired arrows at her trying to kill her. That strikes me as... that can't be legal, right? Lethal security systems in public museums? That's like that's a hard no, isn't it? Okay. So she's there to steal a diamond, but then she steals something else that we never get to see. But the something else she steals is a trap by a former schoolmate from thieving school, who put a tracker on the thing that he knew she'd steal instead of the thing she went to steal. So he tracks her to a train and then has her tell her life story, which he already knows, because as he explicitly states in the show, I was there in school with you. Very odd framing device. So she's in thieving school, and according to the show description, Master Thief who uses her skills for good. Does she? Maybe she does in later episodes. That's not clear so far. Carmen Sandiego travels the world foiling Vile's evil plans. Does she? Okay. Well, from the first episode of 9, she doesn't seem to be doing that for any altruistic reason. She had a teacher who was kind of a dick to her. The way episode 1 leaves off is Carmen Sandiego is doing the whole, they name-dropped Robin Hood at one point. I don't know if she's, like, stealing from Vile, the bad guys, to give to the good guys, or if she's just getting back at a school who had a bad teacher who was mean to her, which makes her seem kind of petty and a little less heroic. Again, this is only the first episode. This may be expanded upon in the subsequent episode, which I honestly have no interest in watching. Showrunners. You get to do the "where in the world is" joke once. It's not even funny once. It's mildly cute once. Once. it's in this first episode like 3 or 4 times. Just you know, little advice there from someone who does not work in your field, but enjoys the fruits of your work to some level. I don't want to come across as, oh, it's a bad show, it should never have been made. I only watched the first episode. It's okay. It didn't do anything to convince me to watch the second episode, but I don't know. Maybe you'll like it. Another thing I found kind of interesting is it's not really, at least in this first episode, hammering on any type of geography lessons like you might expect. I mean, it like goes, oh, geography. Just let's dip a toe in, even though this is a finger, you know. Some guy says, I was at the Sydney Opera House, and Carmen Sandiego goes, that's in Australia. Oh, is that all we're getting? Okay. One guy says, I'm in Niagara Falls, and she goes, which side? The Canadian side. Oh, you're in Ontario? Hey, you know your geography. And that's it. I mean, there's so far, at least in the first episode, there's no, and again, the show doesn't have to do this. It's just kind of weird that they're, I guess maybe they're looking at it as acknowledging the roots of the show, but it comes off as more, it came off to me as, I guess we have to do some geography something. Alright, fine. Sydney is in Australia. There you go, kids. You learned your geography for today. So that struck me as a little odd. But hey, Carmen Sandiego, still a snazzy dresser. You know, the red trench coat and the fedora, until she changes into just regular street clothes, which is a short red jacket and pants or something. It's fine. Because they make a big deal about, I mean, because you may think it's like, why would a thief, like, wear a bright red outfit and, you know, leave clues and stuff, and the Interpol dude does pay lip service to that, but just pointing out the stuff doesn't make sense. That isn't enough, folks. It's like, yeah, that is silly, isn't it? Dum-de-dum-de-doo. No, you got to do a little bit more with that. But was I expecting more? No, not really. Hoping for more? Yeah, always. I want everything I watch to be super duper good. This is not for me.